Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me adjust my volume. Can you speak again?
Okay.
Okay, I
Oh,
can hear you better
oh,
now. Yes.
oh, really? You will leave free talk
Can you say
after
it again?
2 weeks left?
Oh, yes, yes. I think 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not really sure about it,
Oh,
but it's somehow, as what you have mentioned in your work, you want to resign because of the environment, working environment. And at the same time, there are some rules that are too strict, and which makes me feel so stressed somehow. So that's why I decided, and I don't want to feel stressed. Well, anyway, so let's
so
just enjoy.
surprised. You have worked like online teacher for 4 years, right?
Yes, yes, in different companies,
Oh, that's a long time. And
Exactly.
but
But I have some company.
in
Mhm.
the future, you will be, you will work another job or
Still
still,
online teaching.
uh, still
Yes.
online. I
Mm-hmm.
feel
Yes,
nervous
I
for
have
you
three
because
companies.
you have to use earphone a lot and it's
Mm.
not good for your
You
ear.
have a point there. You have a point. Sometimes I have some headaches, but it's
Mm-hmm.
getting better because I practice not using headphones every morning till afternoon. So I will be using headphones at night only. Yes. So of course, well, anyways, for tonight, as what I have mentioned, we will be talking about some grammar.
Mm-hmm.
And for yesterday, of course, I hope that you have moved on already and you have set some plans
No.
about your goals for next month. Like, of course, next month I want to be more talkative, something like that. So just try to set some goals, okay? So now let me share my screen, okay? Let me try it first.
Until now, I still surprised. Shock.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry because I share it to you tonight. I was just thinking that it's only you and my other student. I informed you and my one student who are close to me. So of course it's just selected because some of my student we are not close. So
Yeah.
it's just you
I
and my
really
other.
appreciate that.
Yes. Don't
Wow.
worry. Maybe soon, if I visit Vietnam, we will meet in
Yes.
person. Oh, I'm looking forward for that one.
Keep in touch.
Oh,
I'm feeling bad now. Oh my god. Oh, it's like everyone leave me. Oh
oh
my god.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
of
my.
course. Don't hesitate to ask me whenever you have questions. Anyways, we are friends on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so we will be seeing together soon in person. Why not? And you will take some photos of me because I really like your place.
Oh. Sure. Oh.
So of course,
I will buy
for
a digital camera and
yes,
I will take
exactly.
photos for you.
Yes, I'm so excited for that, by the way. And I hope that this virus will end so that
Yeah.
we can travel. Of course. So for tonight, we'll be talking about this grammar. And for tonight, it's all about supposed.
You could
Suppose
cook.
you could cook. What would you make? So for tonight, the grammar or the words that we'll be discussing is about the suppose, pretend, and imagine.
Okay.
Okay, how are you going to use these words here? So after this lesson, you will be able to talk about situations that were not true in real life,
Uh-huh.
but that you think of as true. So let's proceed in this part. So can you please read the exercise one, which is the sentence practice?
Okay. My daughters like to pretend to be princesses.
Mm-hmm.
Princesses. Am I right?
Princess,
Princess.
princesses. Yes.
Princesses.
Mm-hmm.
Princesses. Oh. Suppose you had a lot. You had lots of money. Oh, what is different between a lot of, a lot of, and lots of?
Nothing is different.
Oh, my English is so weird. What would you do with it? Imagine how life would be without the internet. Wow.
Okay, these are just some examples about these words we have here, such as pretend, suppose, and imagine. So let's proceed in the grammar focus. Let's learn each of the words we have here. So let's start with pretend. So the word pretend means to behave as though something is true, right? While knowing it is
Mm,
not.
mm,
So the form pretend plus infinitive verb or the simple sentence. So we have here a simple sentence can be the subject verb um oh, I forgot the C. S- Subject plus
compliment.
verb plus complement and sub. Oh, we have here the
Yeah, I can
complement.
see it.
Okay, so of course, just like for example, please read the sentences here we have here.
My daughters like to pretend to be princesses.
Next one.
I saw a bear or beer,
Yes, yes. I saw a bear
bear. I saw a bear, so I pretended to be asleep.
asleep here.
Ah,
What's wrong?
oh no, this is my leg is not
Oh,
really recover.
oh, really? You still
Yes,
feel the pain?
just a
Oh,
bit.
I thought you were totally fine.
Not really today when I get off work because it rained and I had to run from the office to the parking lot and wow, it still
Oh,
hurt.
oh my. So you need to
I mean,
take
even now
good
I
care.
even now I cannot wear shoes.
So you still feel the pain.
Just a bit, just a bit.
Oh, I hope that you will recover as soon as possible. It's 2021 and still the
Yeah,
pain is
I
there.
see.
Okay,
I got
so
an
of course,
accident in last year, and now, oh my god.
exactly. So don't worry. Maybe sooner, but I hope as soon as possible. So, in this part, pretend is plus infinitive verb to be.
To be okay.
Of course, we have here. So they like to pretend they are princesses. So
Princesses.
pretend plus SVC, which is the subject plus verb plus
Okay.
complement. Mhm. So now, of course, this is how you're going to use pretend in a sentence. Okay. So pretend as if something is true, but you know that it is not true. Next is supposed. If you pretend something is true, you know it is false. But act as if, okay? The difference is you act as if it were real, okay?
Yeah.
So if you suppose something is true, you think of it as true for the purpose of a conversation. So If you want to talk about something that is happening now, you suppose plus simple present in present tense.
In bread. Okay.
Otherwise, you can use the past tense. So we have sample examples below, so don't worry. So the first one, please read the first bullet.
Oh, sorry. I need to read it again.
Okay, okay.
Uh, if you want to some. Suppose we miss our flight today. How
Uh-huh.
would we get home? How would we get home?
Yes. So miss here is in present tense. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
take note that you can use it in a present
Mm-hmm.
or in a past
Past.
tense. It depends. So, of course, next next bullet, please.
Uh, suppose you owned an island. An island. What would
Yes.
you do with it?
Okay,
Wow.
owned is in past tense. So remember when you use suppose, when you say pretend something, you pretend that something is true,
Mm.
but you know that it is false.
Mm-hmm.
But when you use suppose, you also pretend something is true, but you know it is false, but you act as if it were real. Okay?
Oh,
So suppose we miss our
it's
flight.
so
You get it?
complicated.
Eh, um, of course, but simply just try to, just try to understand the meaning, and it will be so simple to understand.
I feel
So,
like it is
example.
the same.
Suppose example I will say. Um suppose that you owned a company.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you do with it? Something like that. So, meaning to say, I want you to pretend that you have a company. Okay, it's something like that. What would you do with it? So, your answer must like, oh, if I have a company, then I will
I
treat my employees well, something like that. Because you are pretending, you feel like you are act as if it is true.
mm-hmm.
So how about the word imagine here? So to imagine
Imagine.
means to picture something in your mind. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So of course, pretend is when you behave as though something is true while knowing it is not. Suppose is pretending something is true,
Mm-hmm.
but you know that it's not true, but you act as if it is real. Imagine is just to picture out something in your mind. Use imagine like this: imagine plus object, or gerund verb, or imagine if plus object plus past tense verb. So of course, always remember when you say gerund verbs, those are with the ing in the last part, okay?
Yes.
Verb with ing.
Yeah, I know
So
it.
can you please read the examples?
Imagine if you lived in the uh, ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece, yes.
What does it mean?
Ancient Greece is somehow, ancient simply means in about the past, something like that.
Wow. The past.
Oh,
Oh,
this word is new to you?
yes. I,
Okay. So you can
okay.
try to look for it.
Ancient.
It somehow means very old,
Yeah. Okay.
or
Ancient.
existed for a long time, something like that.
Okay.
So don't forget
Imagine.
this word, okay?
Okay, I will remember.
Okay, so it's
Imagine
just
if we live. If we live. It's not using the first sentence. Imagine if we lived in Insane. Insane.
Ancient.
Insane.
Mhm.
Unseen.
The only the only difference between the two then is you
You
and
and
me.
we.
Okay.
No. Imagine living in. Oh, unseen. Unseen. Oh, I need to check AP. Yeah.
Just say ancient, something like that.
Asian. Asian. Asian.
Okay, try to listen to the audio you want to listen, so that it will be so easy for you.
Asian.
Yes, ancient.
ancient,
Asian. 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 Okay. Imagine living in ancient Greece. The object can be omitted if it is you or us.
Okay, it's somehow okay. Maybe you are confused. Just try to read it as this one.
Wow. Ancient.
Okay,
Ancient.
yeah. Siya siya. Okay.
Ancient. Ancient.
Yes, ancient.
Ancient. Ancient.
Ancient. Okay, so now let's have a short review in this part. So when you say pretend, so of course it's somehow like we pretend to be happy. I am pretending. You're just pretending that you are happy now, but in fact you are not. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it simply means you are, of course, or you are pretending. Example, I pretended to be asleep, but which is not true. You are not asleep, by the way. You're just pretending to be asleep because you saw a bear. And then we have here suppose. Suppose is something that you just somehow pretend, okay? Something is true. You know it is false, but you act as if it were real. So suppose you are in America now, right now. So
Mm-hmm.
how would you get home? Something like that. So it's just something like that. You just need to act as if it is real. So that's why your answer always starts somehow, not always, starts with some like, well, if I am rich now, so maybe something like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine is more on imagination, of course. So you
I
just try
like
to picture.
imagining something.
You like to imagine things, yes.
Yeah.
So of course it's something like more on imagination, like do you have some pictures in your
Mm-hmm.
mind? Imagine, so example, imagine that you live here in the Philippines. Imagine if you live in America, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to imagine also. You need to picture it out.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, the bottom line of these three words we have here is more in imagination because at least you tend it just somehow so complicated, but
Yes.
the bottom line here is they are somehow the same, right?
Yes.
Because you know that
I
it's
and
not really true.
I know this word
Uh-huh.
in Vietnamese and it's quite different. But when there's
Uh-huh.
when there's around something on this, I'm confused.
You're confused. Well, don't be confused then. Just try. You will. Don't worry. Let's try to learn in. Let's proceed in exercise two then. Some
Okay,
dialogue
okay, okay,
practice. Maybe it will be so helpful.
okay.
So I will be the first. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me. Okay, you will be the first person. I will be the second one. Okay.
Okay.
So in short, you will be
Sarah.
Sarah and I will
Okay.
be Liam. Let's start.
I saw
Stop.
Philip.
Yes.
Saw, right? I saw Philip on. Sorry. I saw Philip the other day, but pretended to not to see him. I'm not brave enough to talk to him. Oh, why?
You need to make a move. Just imagine what could happen.
Easier said than done. Or it's
Suppose
like easier said than
easy
done.
to say, yes. Easy to say, but hard to do. Something like that.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Suppose you ask him out to a movie. What's the worst thing that could happen?
He could reject me. He could reject me.
Yes. Or refuse, like,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
will not go. Let's practice. Pretend I'm Philip. Ask me out to a movie.
No, I think he'll just reject me. Let's just pretend I don't like really and talk about something else. Oh my
Okay, so pretend here. So pretend that you don't like Philip, but of course, deep inside,
god.
she
She,
really
yeah,
likes
I know.
him. Okay,
That's a
so
shy
is
girl.
it more clear now? Yes.
Yes.
Teenage crush. Okay, I hope this
No,
English
crush.
conversation.
If
I
I
hope this English
had,
conversation is helpful. Do you have? Well, have you experienced this?
if I have a crush on somebody,
Uh-huh.
I would talk to them.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a really guts thing to do. Are
Why?
you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm not confident, but I I think I will say it directly.
Really? Wow. You're so brave. Oh, well, yeah, it's so amazing, you know. I'm so proud of you. Well, of course, let's practice then, okay? We have here in exercise 3 sentence correction. So, Ms. Yen, correct the mistakes in the following sentences. Suppose you own an island. Suppose you
You own
owned
an
an
island.
island.
Mhm.
It depends to you, okay? You can also remember that suppose it's either can be present tense or past tense.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, I can use in present,
Yes,
present
or
and
past.
past simple. Uh, Susan pretended. Oh no, I have to use suppose, right? Or
No, no, no. No, no, no. You can use the words, the 3 words above.
huh, I will say Susan pretended to be fine when she's not. When she's not.
You can add something or you can erase something, okay? So, wait a minute. Let me okay. So we have here, let's read. Okay,
Yeah,
let
yeah,
me
okay.
have a short review, okay? My daughters like to pretend to be princesses. I saw Bringer, so I pretended to be asleep. Of
Mm,
course, pretended, okay? Because the
the
person
past.
here just saw. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. So
Okay.
of course she know that she's just pretending. They like to pretend they are princesses, something like that.
Mm,
Suppose we miss our flight today. How would we get home? So maybe this person's here, they are in an airport right now. That's why he or she came up with this idea, okay? And this one is the suppose you owned an island. So this person
Mm.
here just have a usual conversation with someone, and he or she wants him or her to imagine or to feel like he or she owned an island. Okay? She
Mm.
already have this island. This one, the first one here is we missed. That's why the person here just think that the flight is not it's not the flight. I'm sorry with the I'm sorry
No,
with
no,
our
okay,
talk.
okay, it's okay.
Okay, the person here just thinking like suppose that we miss our flight today. So maybe the person here were talking about it in an airport, like suppose that we miss our flight today. So what are you going to do? Get it?
I'm so sorry today I didn't focus on the lesson.
Oh really? Why are
Just
you not focused?
please send me the link. I will check it later.
Why?
Or just because some bad news from you
Oh,
and
what's the news?
no no my dad has some bad symptom and I will
Oh.
go to the hospital with him tomorrow and yeah his neck I don't know
Uh-huh.
whether his neck is swollen 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 I mean it's bigger than normal and
Oh
you have
yes,
to check.
yes. Oh really? S-
Yes.
So we call in this part or in this part?
Oh, sorry.
In this the side
Uh, in
or
this side,
here?
in this side,
Ah, okay. So I don't know what's
on the right
that
hand.
kind. Yes, you need to. So you will be absent tomorrow in
Yes.
your work. Oh yes,
I just talked
because
to my manager.
yes, because it's so important, right?
Yes.
It's I mean it's your dad, and you need to, of course, go with him. Okay, so let me just send this link
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
know what your it's I know the feeling somehow. And I believe that you cannot really focus well if there are some bad news in your family, right? So of course, let me just send it right here. And of course, the activities below, you just need to somehow, oh, I will send it here.
Here on Messenger. That's
Can
okay.
you hear me? On Messenger. Yes, Messenger.
This is because if you send it via
Have a good news
Zoom,
tomorrow, Miss Yen. And maybe just in the messenger
just
because
yes,
it's
please.
lag. Okay, Miss Yan, I hope that you will receive some good news for tomorrow because, of course, I hope take good care, okay, of yourself. And thank you so much for your time tonight. I will send it. Although, thank you so much for attending, although you're not in the mood right now because of the bad news. Okay, have a good night, Miss Yan.
Okay, okay.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Yes.